Why does he just keep taking what Destiny says as fact with no checks? By the way, that was a criticism of him in his first video. Oh, that's not what you said, you fucking loser.
I'm covering for Destiny despite me making 2 of the most in-depth videos criticizing him.
JSTLK, the master of the drama, looks like a double.
The Willymac show. Okay.
I understand.
I have this somewhere. Okay. I have to use a bathroom real quick. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Should I do it right now? Should I let this play? Okay, I'll let it play for 2 minutes or something. I'm just going to get water and use the bathroom. If I need to rewind it, I will. But I think it's just some intro with the bad empanada and stuff, okay? Or the bad empanada stuff. Takes a while to get onto... Yeah, I think this stuff's not quite as interesting, okay? It's crazy that it's like Hassan and his criminal friend dox and try to ruin my wedding. And then the entire video is like not about... Is the entire... I feel like the majority of the video is like... maybe it's half. We'll see. 5 minutes to 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes, 11.5 minutes on Kuihman, me, and Augie. Damn. Damn!
Bad Empanada is a known doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you could see him doxing people. He's probably the most famous for being the one who claimed he called CPS on Ethan and Gila. He's constantly encouraged and defended people doing it. He literally opened up a CPS merch line because he thinks it's so funny.
Got a hat. I did CPS. The CPS logo with the 2 skulls, of course. 2 skulls. Not a reference to anything in particular.
He knowingly defames people. In my last
I'll just point out that that is literally, you are giving him exactly what you want there. Or, sorry, exactly what he wants. You're giving Bad Empanada exactly what he wants. Bad Empanada is literally mocking you for soying the fuck out about him going, I did that, right? Even though he didn't do that. He is just laughing at you. He is just making fun of you. He's just making fun of you. He's making jokes about you. And you are giving him exactly what he wants when you go and replatform that.
video I pointed out that Bad Empanada...
Back it up more, back it up
Bad
more.
Empanada is a known doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you could see him doxing people. He's probably the most famous for being the one who claimed he called CPS on Ethan and Gila. He's constantly encouraged and defended people doing it. He literally opened up a CPS merch line because he thinks it's so funny.
Got a hat. I did CPS. The CPS logo with the 2 skulls, of course. 2 skulls. Not a reference to anything in particular.
He knowingly defames people. In my last video, I pointed out that Bad Empanada constantly claims that Lonerbox's dad was part of a militia group that killed a bunch of civilians. No evidence for it. His response is to give the most forced laugh I've ever heard. And then he just doubles down on everything he made up.
He complains that I called Lonerbox. That I said, that Lonerbox's dad participated in the Salran Shatila massacre, which he absolutely did, by the way. Lonerbox has never disproven this. Until he disproves it, it's true.
So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my docs
That's
gets
clearly
found,
fake.
Bad Empanada immediately posts.
Wait. Hold on. What was the problem there? Was it that he lies?
And then he just doubles down on everything he made up.
He complains that I called Lonerbox.
Oh, he just lies and makes things up. Oh. It's almost like, is Willy also saying that it's bad to lie and make things up?
That I said, that Lonerbox's dad participated in the Salran Shatila massacre, which he absolutely did, by the way. Lonerbox has never disproven this. Until he disproves it, it's true.
So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when
Were the Phalangists an elite militia? Like, was your dad a part of this elite militia? The Phalangists are the elite militia, I guess?
Lonerbox has never disproven this. Until he disproves it, it's true.
So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my docs gets found, Bad Empanada immediately posted everywhere. Uploads a video blasting my name, my bride's name, the address of her wedding, all over the internet. It's also come out that he's swatting people, filing fake police reports, all while plugging his Patreon. So I figured if he's making money off of my docs, I should too.
I would love if Willy could get some movement behind doxing off-platform being punishable on YouTube. Oh, man. I think we could all come together and go, you know what, Willymac, we forgive you, okay? If he could get that to get punished on YouTube, if he could get Bad Empanada punished for his off-platform behavior on YouTube, I think we'd all just go, you know what, Willy? I would say it first. I'd be, Willy, I forgive you for everything. Willy, you are the best. Willy, you might actually be the most intelligent guy here, okay? Because trust me, I've got some issues with people, okay, who do some behavior off platform that they seem to think is totally defended by YouTube. Sorry, defended under the YouTube TOS as long as they do it off platform.
Thank you, Exter, for helping me cope. Do you have a big, fat, bulky wallet that's worn and beat down like this? Is your friend or family member living with the same 25%
we're not gonna
of the
watch.
size?
We're not going to watch
Thank you.
Willy's ad. We would do it
Background.
any other time, okay? Any other video, we would watch it. We're not going to watch Willy's ad.
Stories about me and my wife.
A certain slop tuber who does nothing but make videos in which he attacks pro-Palestinian people and de facto, as a result of that, helps to further Israel's genocide in Gaza, has been outed as having been honeypotted by Israel. Israel is literally assigning slop tubers government-assigned Israeli wives.
Man, Mossad's really good at their job, because me and my girl started dating 8 years ago when I was still a nobody on YouTube.
So the slop tuber in question is Willymac show. He's suddenly making pro-Israel content constantly. He's suddenly making nothing but videos attacking pro-Palestine.
I'll be honest, I think I didn't throw a joke out about Willymac. I think I asked if, Nick had any contact with Israelis recently or something.
Palestine people.
But it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Covered Assad before all this. It just turns out a war starting in the Middle East didn't make him any better at covering the news. So guess what? I was able to make more YouTube videos. He never addresses my actual points. It's just character assassinations for why I should be doxxed. Bad Empanada then doxes another YouTuber with the justification that he's a Nazi and that it's for journalistic interest. And then he says that's why it's important to dox me and my wife because she's Israeli.
Totally disavow this, by the way. We don't do this. We don't like doing this. It's actually total garbage.
You're actually allowed to reveal personal information about people, especially their real names, if it's within journalistic interest. You know, if there is journalistic...
Oh, by the way, just in case Willy does watch this for some reason, I doubt he will, but just in case he does watch it, when it first happened to you, I deleted comments, I banned people, and I said, obviously, that's a horrific thing to have your wedding, like, venue docs. Like, that's such dog shit. It's supposed to be the best day of your life. It's supposed to be the happiest day of your life. And to have that taken away is really fucked up. And I totally disavow anybody doing that. Like, it's beyond disgusting. It's beyond just like, oh, Willy's like face and name or something. It's like actually putting a target on your back. I hate that. So, just in case Willy cares, I don't think he believes that at all when as you go through this.
Reason for doing so. And exposing a clear conflict of interest in this guy's content and his personal life is journalistic interest. It's why, for example, I can tell you that the YouTuber Zoomer Historian, a neo-Nazi history YouTuber, is this guy. I can tell you this because it is within journalistic interest to do so, even though he did not release his information himself publicly. Just like how I can tell you that Willymac show is William McConville, and he is getting married to a Yale. Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to.
He literally just scrolled down and showed her full name. I reported the video and he added this little blur, but it still doesn't cover her name.
She is Israeli, and
Wow. It's almost like information that somebody doesn't want put like maliciously on YouTube. So maliciously recorded, maliciously leaked information. It's almost like you wish YouTubers would like censor that out of their videos, right? Huh. Wow. It's really shitty that it was his wife, because she doesn't deserve that, but my god, Willy. Did Willy just... Yeah, Willy's saying that it's out there, I don't care anymore. I don't... Dude, what's that a reference to? Putting the cherry recorded audio in his video, right? Like obviously he did that. He's a disgusting freak, so...
She was assigned to him
fine.
by the Israeli government. They've taken down this page, but as you can see, it is freely available on Google.
I do feel really bad for her. I've progressively lost the empathy I had for
They,
Willy.
for some reason, as the guy who is a public figure, decided to just publicly announce, in public, his wedding.
How is this allowed on YouTube? He does this thing where he constantly tries to justify his reason for doxing me. He's like Ethan doxed Denims when he sued them.
This guy has no right to complain about revealing his real name to be doxing. Because Willymac Show went on the H3 podcast, which is a podcast that frequently doxes people. In Ethan's recent video talking about his lawsuit against 3 young women, he included unredacted legal filings that he made that include their real names and their real locations.
That's just how legal filings work.
But here's
What? Yeah, that's not how YouTube videos work, retard. How much you want to bet Willy's got some video on his channel somewhere where he redacts a legal document for his YouTube video? Yeah, nobody's gonna dispute that that's how legal filings work. You've got Photoshop, you've got editing tools. You can easily add a little black bar to protect that person's name, obviously.
There's
Anyway,
a
we continue.
video clip of Ethan Klein doxing a random Instagram commenter on his show.
If Ethan uploaded the documents to a secondary site as well, he could redact the names if he wanted to do that. He doesn't want to do that, right? Obviously.
Ethan goes through the guy's Instagram, brings up pictures of his family members.
Commenter commented from their Instagram account with their full name talking trash to Ethan and had loads of pictures of them and their family on it. I didn't get sued. I didn't comment on your video with my full name. At the end of the day, my crimes are marrying a Jew and going on a podcast. He's
Well, that's not even, I don't even think that's actually what he was, that's not even what Bad Empanada just said. Like, okay, obviously we disavow it, but Bad Empanada, that was not Bad Empanada's reason. He just played Bad Empanada's reason and then said something totally different. The justification he gave was you do pro-Israel propaganda. That's a shitty justification. You shouldn't be doxxed. Your wife shouldn't be doxxed. Your wedding venue especially shouldn't be doxxed because that's literally a time and location. That's super fucked, right? But he gave you the justification. I think Willy's like, man, I go back and forth between like Willy's too stupid to understand like what he does, like he's too stupid to understand things, or if he's like malicious. I feel like after this video you just have to land on stupid, right? Like he is just too dumb. He actually doesn't understand. He is actually too low IQ to have his job, and now that like whoever was writing his videos for him before, like they're gone apparently, and now he's on his own and he is just fucking everything. It's all fucked now.
Stop lying about me and my wife, saying she was in the IDF. His fans are saying she murdered babies. He's saying propagandists should die as he's calling me a paid propagandist. They're saying we're valid targets.
Wow. What did Willy say when Destiny said me and Kuihman should die? What was his response to that? To laugh? To just laugh? Wasn't that his response?
He posted a photo of what he thinks is my wife in the IDF, but they're actually just pictures of random teenage girls. I asked my wife what this was, and she thinks it's the Israeli Girl Scouts, so he's just posting little girls on Twitter. My wife didn't serve in the IDF. She came over here at 3 years old. On top of it, he doesn't even know her politics on that situation. He's just being racist. But the worst thing he did was post the date and address of our wedding the week before it took place. That is the worst thing. He does it multiple times throughout the video, showing an archived page of our site, because we did take it down to try and hide it. But nope, there it is. The time, the date, the address.
Yale and William McConville are getting married.
Yeah, so I will say, and by the way, when I came out, and this is the reason I got rid of anybody even referencing this, right? I didn't just say, like, I didn't even say on stream, don't bring it up. I was like, hey, there's information out there about a certain person. We're not gonna bring it up. You will be banned for this, right? Because it was specifically a time and date. A time and date that you'll be in a specific place is explicitly, like, much more fucked than just giving out somebody's like address or something. Or I mean, address is still bad. Just giving out like their name or pictures or whatever the fuck, right? So, but I called it out. I banned anybody who's even mentioning not that part, but who's even mentioning his information being exposed somewhere. I was like, no, I'll just fucking ban you. Like, fuck you.
Married very soon. Yale, who is Israeli and Israeli government provided wife.
So now our wedding is being messed with, and they are wasting the time of our venue, the hotel, and 2 police stations. It's costing me thousands of extra dollars in insurance and potentially closing down the entire building, and my bride is coming up to me and asking me if we're about to be double homicided at her wedding. I'm like, no baby, these people don't leave their mom's basements, but she sees the news. She saw 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy get shot and killed. She's worried. So I'm being told by the police that I should go online and see if there's any direct threat.
I mean, I would be legitimately, I would be concerned if it was like a date and time, right? Like that's way more specific. Everything else takes way more work, right? But the date and time thing, where it's like, oh, they're gonna be here right now, I feel like I would be concerned.
Threats, and I
got
see
a big
video
audience
made by a guy who hates me, showing all of my information and giving a
I know that guy. I know that young Jewish lad.
hypothetical where I'm a valid target because Destiny's a hypocrite.
Stevie said anything involving this Bad Empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything.
So Kuihman is criticizing the Destiny quote tweet, right? By the way, I'll point out, Destiny is not saying, wow, it's really disgusting that Willymac was doxxed. Destiny is not saying, hey, Willy, it's really fucked up that you got doxxed, buddy. Destiny is not concerned for Willymac. Destiny sees Bad Empanada as an enemy, and he is attacking that enemy, right? Willy will later frame this, or has framed it in the past, as actually, guys, actually, Destiny was just defending me. No, he's not defending you. By the way, guys, if you see information you believe is doxing me, please don't try to defend me by amplifying that information, if you don't mind, okay? That's not defending. That's kind of fucking weird. All right? Do we understand? It's kind of fucking weird. Sorry, we're cutting Kuihman off. Let him go on his rant.
Stevie said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Let's apply those standards. Why are we saying this about bad empanada? Well, it appears to be because bad empanada doxed Willymac's wife. So would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence, should be fair game, and all of their supporters, all the personalities that back them up, all the chatters that back him up?
This is essentially a Destiny snark community. This guy's...
So Willy will argue he doesn't support Destiny, but he'll totally amplify every one of Destiny's arguments about me or Kuihman or whoever, right? It doesn't matter what the actual reality is. He doesn't look anything up. Destiny says something, and Willy goes, that's just true. That's Willy's engagement with anything Destiny has ever said. Anything Destiny has ever said, Willy goes, oh, that's true. Well, that's a fact. No engagement, no asking, right? This is why he replatformed the original Kelly Jean thing. It's why he just takes anything Destiny says. He's just like, yeah, that's obviously true. That's obviously true. That's why we had to explain to him, hey, when Destiny just lies about somebody maliciously, like he does this a lot, you should probably ask why he's doing that. But Willy is once again, you know, he's spiteful enough that he's forgotten that he conceded that, right? Hey, Destiny, you claim this. Do you have any evidence for this? No evidence. No evidence, never any evidence. Very sad every time. Yeah. This is, of course, another one of these. He brings this tweet up in the video. I've seen that before, right? Seen that before. But this is, again, I think this is Willy's, like, complete inability to understand or comprehend, like, complex concepts. Like, any sort of abstract, complex concept whatsoever. Like, not even complex, but, like, he's got, like, singular understanding of singular nouns or concepts and, like, plurals, but, like, anything where you're taking, like, a concept and combining it with another, he will immediately falter. He'll fall apart. His brain will stop working. It overheats. Steam comes out of his ears. He loses it, right? So, anyway, this is Destiny saying that I said having sex with mentally ill people is rape. Obviously not. Obviously not. Sorry, I'm laughing in that, like, you know, if I was going to be misogynist here, I'd say something like, you know, some scholars argue that all women are mentally ill. But in any case, obviously that would be stupid. And his proof for this is very embarrassing in this video as well. He just, whatever Destiny says, he goes, yeah, that's just true. Destiny said it? Well, that's what Destiny says is just true, guys. Guys, don't you just copy everything Destiny says as if it's all facts? What could possibly go wrong? Guys, I made a lot of money by just taking whatever Destiny says and telling everyone else that that's a fact. Are you telling me that my whole life's been wrong? That the past 3 years of my career and blowing my channel up in terms of success has just been me repeating another guy unquestioningly and uncritically? What? Huh? Yep, that is the case.
The narrative for the past 6 months is that I'm covering for Destiny despite...
Oh, hold on. All right, I gotta back it up. Okay, what I was gonna say actually something else about this Kuihman thing real quick. Oh, people don't understand that Kuihman is like a total narcissist. Kuihman doesn't see your shit on the screen. He's probably not even looking at that screen. He's probably looking at his chat, possibly a picture of himself. Actually, that is almost certainly likely. Look at his eye placement right now. He is almost certainly looking at himself in his camera and going on a rant about Destiny. He is not looking at you, Willy. He doesn't even see you on the screen. He has the clip muted. The clip is playing because he just loaded the page and he's criticizing Destiny.
Destiny actually called for my death, said he would kill me. There is actually a moment in this video that shows Destiny attempting to dox me as well. Obviously, I'm not the only person this has happened to. Now, something a little interesting I saw. Someone tweet out. A fellow by the name of Little Steve tweeted something very interesting out. Little Steve, Massa Stevie, said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Well, let's apply those standards. Why are we saying this about bad empanada? Well, it appears to be because bad empanada doxed Willymac's wife. So, would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence, should be fair game, and all of their supporters, okay, all the personalities that back them up, all the chatters that back them up, everything, adjust everything against these people. Anything is justifiable. That seems to be the standard to me, is that anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not the standard? That's what he's laying out for me here. Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, no bad targets. That's not me. But Destiny is very clearly laying out that those are the standards that he believes in. Those are the standards he wishes to be enforced. Is if you're a doxer, if you call for violence, anything is justifiable against your supporters.
Order taken.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying, Max. Actually, I just explicitly said otherwise, actually, Max. But Destiny is clearly laying it out for you. Destiny is clearly laying it out. He is saying, this type of behavior isn't okay. Anything is justifiable. That's what I'm saying here.
Right? And by the way, obviously bad that he did this. Probably, if you had just messaged him about this, he would have immediately taken it down, which I believe he did anyway. I believe he covered all of this stuff. He doesn't want to do that, right? I'm just telling you for a fact that I know that he's like looking at himself in the camera or something right now. This guy obsessively watches all of his own clips, all of his own segments, okay? No easier way to get Kuihman in a VC than to go like, hey man, I'm watching like this clip you were in earlier. Boom, he's in the VC instantly. Boom, instant, okay? So I'm telling you, that's probably what's going on here. Because you don't see him reacting to any of the information in the video, right? He's just reacting to the Destiny quote tweet. With 227,000 views as of when Kuihman is viewing this.
Make calls to violence or allusions to violence should be fair game. And all of their supporters, all the personalities that back them up, all the chatters that back them up.
This is essentially...
Yeah. Okay, that was the other point here. Sorry, a lot of information, a lot of very misleading things happening all at once. So, Kuihman is saying there, this is Destiny's rationale. Destiny has this rationale for why it's okay to dox people or threaten them or do whatever, right? If other people are doing this, you can go after them, right? And you can go after anybody who supports them, like adjacently. Destiny is casting this net very wide. If people dox, if people threaten people in some way, you can go and you can go after them. And so Kuihman's saying, well, obviously under that, you can go after their supporters too. Anybody who supports someone who does that, you can go after them. So Kuihman's saying, obviously, that would apply to Willymac because we believe you support Destiny, right? But Kuihman goes on to say, obviously, I don't believe that. Obviously, I disavow that. I have principles. I'm principally against doxing. We don't do that shit here. We're not fucking around. But he does say it while smiling. He does say that while laughing. And so Willy will say, oh no, like that's proof that he's actually okay with it. No, it's not. And all you'd have to do to prove otherwise is show any person in Kuihman's community doxing people. Without any administrative intervention. So if you could show somebody doxing someone, and Kuihman goes, "Oh yeah, that's awesome. We're not banning that guy," right? But you can't show that. That doesn't exist. Could there be like individuals who post someone's picture or something and get banned? Yes, but you'd have to show like an explicit lack of intervention, an explicit like allowing of this. To really do anything with it. Because as we all know, you can't control lone wolves on the internet. There are crazy people on the internet who will do crazy shit, right? The best you can do as an influencer or some sort of commentator is to moderate those people out. Those are your rules. I'm so sick of your disavowals are fake argument. It's so vapid. Well, it's like sometimes there are times where you will like look at a disavowal and you'll laugh. You'll disavow something, right? If somebody says something unhinged that I think is funny, that I would personally say, I go, oh no, I totally disavow that. That's crazy, right? But I think it's like a whole performance I put on. It's very easy to tell that apart from, it's totally incredibly easy to tell that apart from when I'm like actually saying, no, I don't. And the other proof that you have to back this up is Kuihman would have like whole rants where he explains why he's against doxing, right? Like, Kuihman has a whole set of beliefs that back up why he's against doxing. I have a whole set of beliefs that back up why I'm against doxing, right? Why I never call for it, why I never support it. Yeah, and you just have, like, the broad base of their content to look at. You have, like, so many things. Just show me where I, like, advocate for this for somebody, where I do anything like that, right? But they don't want to. All they want to do is they want to say, well, you know what? You are vaguely on the team. If I split the world by any line, okay? Are you on a team with doxers? Okay, you can be doxed, right? So what's the line that puts me and Kuihman on the same team as Kiwi farmers? Apparently, disliking Destiny. Apparently, on a personal level, thinking this guy's like a total piece of shit, he's a totally reprehensible freak. Apparently, we share a team on that with Kiwi Farms people. And based on that, thinking Destiny's like a reprehensible freak, we're open game, or we're fair game to be doxed. That's the line. And we're fair game to be put in a category with those people. I don't want to be put in the category of Kiwi Farmer or doxer, because I don't believe in those things. Well, I believe Kiwi Farms exists, obviously, but I don't believe in doxing people, right? I don't believe that's a good thing to do on the internet. I don't believe that my ideas are so weak that I have to threaten somebody's real-life person in some way, or make them intimidate their real-life person to get my point across, to make my point, to get my points across. I don't believe in that, right? And so I don't want to be put in that category. You can put me in the category of somebody who thinks Destiny's like a degenerate, reprehensible, bordering on evil freak of a human being, right? You can put me in that category. I'm totally comfortable being there. And if you can put other people in that category who also happen to be bad, I don't care. Fuck you.
Mostly a Destiny snark community, this guy's narrative for the past 6 months is that I'm covering for Destiny despite me making 2 of the most in-depth videos criticizing him.
So the big criticism of Willymac from this video, from the first video he did, was you missed the whole pattern of behavior. There's a pattern of behavior that exists with Destiny where he harasses people who accuse him of bad things, where he weaponizes his community, where he targets women, right? He brings them on his stream, he harasses. There's a whole like pattern that goes on that President Sunday's talked about, that a whole bunch of people have talked about, right? That's the thing he missed. And I find that awesome. I find that hilarious because I believe as of the second video, he still doesn't like see it or identify it. Even though for both videos, he is clearly, operating on the same sort of like optics as the Ryan Beard video. And that was what Ryan Beard points out, is you need to watch this pattern of behavior. You need to see his pattern of behavior over time and identify it so that you can actually criticize this person correctly.
Their evidence behind this is I said Destiny is better at covering the news than Hassan and Vosh, which is somebody who has made videos on all 3 of.
Oh, that's not what you said, you fucking loser. Do we just have to go get the clip of what he actually said? Oh, fuck me. He's just lying again. That's not what you said, right? It's you saying, well, as bad as this is for Destiny, like here's, his competition is like Vosh and this person.
I want to preface.
Let me go find the clip, because hey, let's just go find the clip. Maybe I'm misremembering and he doesn't, somehow put Destiny above those people. Maybe I'm totally misremembering. I'm actually being serious. It's possible I'm like totally misremembering. Can I find this in the... Oh, am I looking at the wrong video here? Where is this here? Oh, hold on. There's a part with Hassan here. Maybe it's in the other video. Give me a second. I can't find it in the transcript. Somebody find that clip for me. Okay. So, what I believe he said with the Hassan and Vosh stuff was he basically says, like, well, as bad... There's 2 things, right? The first video, he goes, as bad as Destiny is, like, he does cover the news, and his contemporaries are like Vosh and Hassan, and, he does a way better job than those guys. So, would I ever work with Destiny again? I don't know, but he is, like, really good at the politics thing. That's essentially what I believe the end of the video was.
As I said, Destiny is better at covering the news than Hassan and Vosh, which is somebody who has made videos on all 3 of these people. I think that's objectively true, but I digress.
Oh, and he said, it was something about his belief in Destiny, right? That's what it is. It's something about his belief in Destiny. Fuck, I should go find it.
Most importantly, it's that when these 2 do something stupid, I make fun of them back. The truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere.
Wait, nobody has any problem with somebody making fun of people? Who's got a problem with making fun of people?
But my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle.
So Willymac's docs apparently was dropped by a Kuihman viewer. So Willymac must have some evidence of this, right? Willymac surely isn't out here making allegations like that. Kuihman's community doxed me. Surely he's not out here making that allegation again with zero evidence, right? Surely he's learned something. Every time he makes an allegation with zero evidence, every time he re-amplifies something Destiny says, just literally sucking Destiny off instead of actually questioning anything Destiny says. And every time the whole commentary community comes together and goes, Willy, you're crashing out. Willy, you are losing it. Willy, you don't understand Willy, just show us any evidence for something you're saying. He's now tripled down. He's doing it again. First one was, what was the first one? The first one was it, this is just true? The cherry thing, the me saying, he amplifies Destiny saying that, that I said fucking mentally ill women is rape, right? There's this one, and there's a second one. Oh, that I doxed him. Yeah, that I was doxing him. Bro, what are you doing? Why does he just keep taking what Destiny says as fact with no checks? By the way, that was a criticism of him in his first video. Hey, why did you re-platform this thing about Lav and Kelly Jean without, asking anybody, without asking for evidence? You just posted it and said that was the case, right? You just posted and said, well, Destiny said this. Why didn't you look into it? Destiny lies about people. You know that, right? But then he says, Destiny, oh, well, we aren't to that yet. No spoilers, bro. No spoilers. No spoilers! We gotta keep watching.
What the fuck?
Fuck it. Dude, it's like the density of just misrepresentations and lies is so heavy that it's difficult to wade through this fucking video. It's just like, I'm literally wading through just massive piles of shit. I can't even watch the video with any kind of flow.
Criticizing him. Their evidence behind this is I said Destiny is better at covering the news than Hassan and Vosh, which is somebody who has made videos on all three of these people. I think that's objectively true, but I digress. But most importantly, it's that when these two do something stupid, I make fun of them back. The truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me. He literally gets a donation that says, I understand what we must do. Wink, wink.
Fucking Max! Max, this is why you need to chill sometimes, Max. Realistically, we all know this is a meme, right? This is a meme that happens in a whole bunch of communities. You say, I disavow that. I actually disavow that. I'm principally against that, right? And they go, I understand. I've seen this in Chud's community a bunch, right? Styla loves to say this, right? Chud goes, don't do this, guys. This is clearly fucked up. And Styla goes, yes, Mr. Logic, I understand perfectly. I will deal with this, right? It's the Trump January 6th meme. Oh my God. Sorry, let's back it up again.
He literally gets a donation that says, I understand what we must do. Wink, wink.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not the standard? That's what he's laying out for me here. Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's not me.
As he's literally showing.
So, I'll point out that as Kuihman states his principle here, right? The principle position, as he does that, he's not laughing, he's not smiling, he is saying it seriously.
I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's not me.
As he's literally showing my docs.
But Destiny is very clearly laying out that those are the standards that...
Now that's unfortunate. As I've seen, guys, or as I've already said, guys, the best explanation for this is that Kuihman is just staring at a full screen monitor of his own camera, admiring himself. He is famously narcissistic. He is incapable of looking away from his own reflection. Okay? He is Narcissus reborn. All right? He's not looking at what's on his screen at all.
That he believes in.
But what did he do when he was informed that this existed, right? Got the Clipper to take it down, censored his own videos, right? He got rid of everything. Do I want to click on this Nicholas tweet? I don't want to click on this Nicholas tweet and interrupt things. I'll see what it says. Oh. Sorry, I'll pull it up. Augie tweets, the Cabal is angry with me, and I'm not specifying which one. You can just say it's Willy, so 3,000 retards don't think this is about me. I would say, I get Nicholas doesn't want to get heat for this, right? Nicholas didn't do it. All Nicholas has to do is watch the stream, right? Just watch the video on your stream. It's a big video, watch the video on your stream, give your take on it. That's all. I want to be friends with Nicholas, okay? I believe Nicholas knows what he's doing. Nicholas retweeted the video, means nothing. It's not him, it's him signal boosting his friend. I don't even know that he's watched the video yet, okay? But if he doesn't watch that video on stream and give his commentary honestly, I feel like that's really disingenuous. You got to give your honest commentary on this video. That's all I ask, and I won't do anything else to say anything bad about it, okay? Just give your honest commentary. How do you think Willy did? Okay, we continue.
Those are the standards he wishes to be enforced. Is if you're a doxer, if you call for violence, anything is justifiable against you supporters.
Order taken.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying, Max, actually. I just explicitly said otherwise, actually, Max.
He's got a shit-eating grin on his
Fucking
face.
Max.
He knows what he's doing. This then gets retweeted by his friend JSTLK, who pushed the exact same narratives about me. I'm obvious he knows what he's doing. This then gets
Did I say, I think my thoughts on Willy were always, he understands where his audience is, but he doesn't explicitly support Destiny. He understands he has to support, like, all of these narratives, right? Because that's what his audience wants, but he doesn't directly support Destiny. Right? He obviously made the videos that were critical of Destiny. I think they're softening. So, and now, I mean, with the further conduct, I'm like, oh, now maybe I was just wrong. But the narrative I always tried to follow was, I think he understands the audience that he's got. He understands how it's very difficult to totally extricate himself from Destiny. So while he burns Destiny, he's not gonna back off a lot of the positions around it, right? And he'll try to be fair. Well, more fair, I would say. But I don't think he, like, outrightly, man. I should say I did not think originally at the time that he outwardly supported Destiny. I think some of the stuff he's been doing kind of leans more towards, like, yeah, you might actually support this guy. So I don't want to, because I might have said something in the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that leans in that direction. I think it's changed with his conduct as time's gone on. Anyway, apparently this was me retweeting Willy's docs. Just totally agreeing with Dickers and retweeting this. I didn't even know that, I didn't even, like, look at any of this. I was just like, oh, boom, retweet.
Retweeted by his friend JSTLK, who pushed the exact same narratives about me. I'm obviously very unhappy about this. It's affecting my real life. But instead of anyone actually acknowledging this, they do what Bad Empanada did and try to hypocrisy hunt to justify their act.
So again, he blames me for this, and literally I ban people, I silence people for, like, trying to even bring up his docs. I said that's fucked up, obviously. I've been super fair about, like, the doc shit happening, right? Right? I've been super clear, like, hey, that's incredibly fucked. I don't support this. It's really bad. But he doesn't, I thought this was the guy who reached out to everybody involved with the story. Why didn't he, like, message me about any of this? He didn't. He never messaged me about any of this, right? I could have just been like, here's clips of me totally disavowing this. Here's, like, logs of me banning people. Here's, like, you could just know what my opinion is. But no, he just assumes it and gets it totally wrong again.
Actions. They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Wait, that's a great
Destiny
question.
is defending my already viral docs. That's all.
No, he's not. He's just saying anything you do to Bad Empanada is fine. He's not saying, how do you even defend a dox? What does that look like? Wait, hold on. How do you defend, how are you defending it? What? Loki Coco, that's totally fine. I don't expect any of them to watch my stream unless they want to make claims, right? If you want to make claims, you should have something to back it up. Like anything. Anything to back it up. He only cares if you're nice about it or using it to call him a hypocrite. Dude, it doesn't make any sense here. And by the way, I don't know if he even shows the tweet. He accused me on Twitter of doxing him, right? He literally said, this guy's, like, spreading my dox. I'm like, no, I'm not. What the fuck are you even talking about? So, again, it's his accusation that makes everybody go, wait, what the fuck? Because if I was spreading his docs by retweeting Dickers, then obviously Destiny was spreading his docs, and there is no differentiation that can be made, right? There's just no differentiation. He's been on Destiny's tips since day one. Willy's a notoriously low information operator. Low information operator.
Already in the hands of all the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
Context and scale. Okay, you could say the context is, I like Destiny, and he was quote tweeting to say somebody should kill this bad empanada guy, so actually that's okay. You could say that, but don't say anything about scale, okay? Because he's clearly the biggest creator retweeting this, or quote tweeting this. It's literally the quote tweet that Kuihman is referencing in his clip. Right? Kuihman is criticizing Destiny because of Destiny, but for Destiny quote tweeting that, you don't get the Kuihman clip. You don't get the Dickers tweet. You don't get my retweet of the Dickers tweet. Do we understand causality? Do we understand cause and effect? Apparently not. Apparently there's no care for that.
It was actually kind of nice to see someone with a big audience who I've criticized in the past stand up for me and say this is wrong. But look at...
Is there stuff here that I'm missing? Where Destiny said this is wrong? He just said someone should kill this bad empanada guy. I got news for you, Willy. That was Destiny's position already. That's not Destiny going, wow, this is really too far. This is really fucked up. No, Destiny's position was already, someone got to kill this guy. That was already Destiny's position a long time ago. He doesn't go, oh, it's so disgusting that Willy got doxed here. He goes, yeah, nothing done against this bad empanada guy could possibly be wrong. His opinion on bad empanada changed 0% from that happening. He just quote tweeted you because he was like, oh, this helps me prove my point. This guy sucks. And you can tell that because he is obviously spreading your docs, right? And he doesn't even give you one iota of thought. He just spreads it, right? He just spreads it instinctually. Because he's a doxer. He doesn't give a fuck about it. That's your guy.
This comment. Willy refuses to acknowledge the obvious, that Destiny is the biggest proponent in spreading his...
4-upvote post on the Clip Live subreddit, obviously indicative of the public zeitgeist on
Look
this.
at this comment. Willy refuses to acknowledge the obvious, that Destiny is the biggest proponent in spreading his docs. No, it was actually Bad Empanada who did that. Do you know how time works? They hate Destiny so much they're ignoring the very reality we live in. That's...
Wait, but shouldn't the number of people it goes out to matter? Does Willy not realize that, like, okay, I understand this. Even if somebody on your side amplifies it, that's going to cause other people to come along and disagree with them and amplify it further, right? And he's not even making a moral point. He's just saying this guy's got to die. He's just saying anything you do to this guy's fine. He's literally just going, hey, quote tweet, we got to kill this guy. That's all Destiny's doing.
That's what I don't get at all. Is he perfectly fine with...
The point was about size? But that can't be the point. Destiny's got a way bigger platform than Bad Empanada. Like, obviously. Dario said in his server, yeah, that's fine. I believe that. I think Nicholas would not have retweeted this if he'd watched the video and seen Willy doing this. Willy is literally doing, he's pulled a page from the Keffels playbook. Not unlike Destiny, right? They've both pulled a page directly from the Keffels playbook and they're running with it. It's like, dude. This is just a little bit.
Website Zero is what Keffels...
We might look into this a little bit later, okay? But obviously, Willy did Keffels content. One of the biggest criticisms of Keffels was you built this entire Stop Kiwi Farms movement knowing that a bunch of your harassment is not coming from Kiwi Farms. You did it to support your own ends. You did it because of your own vendetta against this platform. And that maps cleanly, one-to-one, onto what Destiny is doing with my community and Kuihman's community. He is trying to attach us to Kiwi Farms. He is trying to say these communities are responsible for all of this behavior, right? He is making us responsible. He's literally saying, I'm going to dox and harass anybody from these communities I can because they're responsible for this behavior. It just cleanly maps on, right? And Willy points this out. Willy points out that Keffels is lying. I'm sure there's more where he actually criticizes this lie, points out why it's bad, and somehow he cannot map this same concept, this same abstract concept that's a little difficult to understand when it's applied in a different scenario, right? Furthering my idea that Willy doesn't understand hypotheticals, can't comprehend hypotheticals, is too low IQ to comprehend, hey, Willy, how would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? He can't do it. is impossible. Okay?
Give it attention. So like them, we will refer to it as Website Zero. Website Zero is what Keffals portrays Kiwi Farms as. Kiwi Farms, in reality, is just a glorified gossip forum where people like to troll and use slurs. Website Zero...
Oh. I guess it's 2 years ago, 2022. I guess it's maybe Kiwi Farms wasn't doxing anybody. Maybe Kiwi Farms didn't have Keffals dox in Keffals thread.
On the other hand, is a coordinated effort by users meant to harass their target, not just online, but in real life as well.
So, like, if you're just talking shit about people, that's not really that bad. That's just trolling. But the actual actions, the taking steps to dox or harass these people in real life are... That's the bad thing. Yeah, I agree. Kuihman agrees. We all agree, okay? We all agree. Sorry, this is a 2-year-old. This is from his Keffals, one of his Keffals videos, Jacob. Okay? Is there even evidence that a Kuihman viewer doxed him? No, he is just one-to-one taking the exact Destiny talking points and spitting them back out, right? He is just going to take the Destiny talking points and repeat them verbatim with no checking of any facts, a thing he's already been criticized for multiple times. And yeah, that's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. That's all he's capable of. This is a different video though, Jacob. It's his Keffals video. So he can identify this misrepresentation as bad when Keffals is doing it, but when Destiny does it, he goes, yes, yes, Mr. Destiny, sir. Yes, yes, of course I will. Of course I'll amplify that. Of course I'll agree with that. Of course that's correct. And why does he do this? Who knows, okay? Who knows?
With his dox being spread around, as long as the person who's spreading it is condemning it. At this point, my dox is already spread. The toothpaste is out of the bottle. What bothered me most in this moment was the narrative that I deserve it, or that it's part of some greater Destiny justice. If Kuihman
Yeah, Kuihman doesn't believe that. Kuihman is saying that if you used Destiny's modus operandi, okay, his claim, his beliefs, then you would think Willy deserves it. Destiny community viewers have to believe that Destiny community members and supporters deserve to be doxxed. That is built into everything Destiny is telling you. I understand that you guys are retarded, and you probably don't understand that if you're in that community, right? But that is what Destiny is claiming now. By Destiny's actions, you all deserve, if you are doxxed, you are totally opting into that by being a supporter of his. That's the point Kuihman's making. And the point with all of that, okay, that's a part of a broader point, which is clearly Destiny's lost his fucking mind. Right? Clearly. That can't be the standard by which any creator operates. Oh, anybody who supports someone who does doxing is now involved in the doxing themselves? That's fucking nuts. That's clearly fucking nuts. But Willy doesn't understand.
Pulled up my docs and only said bad empanada sucks for this, I wouldn't care. It's the dog whistle call to action that's the problem. It's so obvious, yet I'm seeing respected commentator Augie call me a hypocrite because I said doxing is wrong.
It's only obvious if you have to cut out a ton of the clips, right? That's the only time it becomes obvious. You have to cut out a whole bunch of the context in the clips where Kuihman says, yes, this is actually really bad, don't do this.
From a month ago. Willy says, you should delete this. It's just doxing and a shit thing to do to someone whose worst crime is being annoying on the internet. So you have that situation there. So there is twice replying to JSTLK's docs, but then he got upset about fucking his docs being shared.
Yeah, holy shit, it's as if context matters. It's as if me calling out a tweet that already has 100,000 views doesn't add any negative effect. He pearl clutches and gives this big performance about my quote tweet.
I showed you 2 times. Here he is doing it a 3rd time just a few days ago before I even did this stream. And I actually had to like tell him, I was like, dude, delete this shit, right?
But on this...
Wait, so if Willy agreed with this, right? If Willy disagreed with this
stream, and I actually had to like tell him, I was like,
so before we go any further here, I just want to point out that Augie tweeted, hey, why are you doing this? And Willy immediately deleted his tweet, right? So if he disagrees with anything Augie's saying, if he disagrees with Augie that this is a bad thing to do, why did he delete his tweet? Just off the dome, that would be the first thing I ask. Why did he delete his tweet here if he doesn't believe that this is bad?
Like, dude, delete this shit, right?
But on this same stream, Augie shows the uncensored link of JSTLK's docs. He also replied under JSTLK's docs on Twitter. So what are we talking about? Are we gonna...
Yeah, Augie did essentially the same thing, right? Now, what Augie didn't do and what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't go and go, if you retweeted a clip from this, I wouldn't go, hey, Willymac, why are you trying to dox me? Why are you doxing me right now, Willymac? Right? If Willymac retweeted a clip that where this information wasn't even on the screen, but eventually this information made it onto screen, I'm gonna go, Willymac, why are you doxing me? One, fail dox, but two, yeah, we wouldn't do it. Like, it's stupid. It would be retarded. So Willy can't be mad at the JSTLK retweet. Apparently, that, yeah, none of what I did was bad. But he said, oh, any doxing of me is fine. It's totally justified.
Call Augie.
Is Nick gonna have to take out Willy of Mice and Men style? I mean, after this video, yeah, I would assume so. I would assume all Augie has to do is go live and say, Willy, call into the show. Willy, call into the show and defend yourself. Willy, call into the show right now. Actually, come talk this out, because this is embarrassing for all of us, Willy. Willy, what are you doing? It's all this got to be done.
A doxer? No, because they don't actually care about this. He's just being performative to justify what's happening to me. Augie acts confused.
He's not justifying what's happened. What? Where does Augie ever go? Oh, it's totally based that somebody doxed Willy. Oh, it's totally good. It's good that somebody... Are you saying he's going out of his way to justify, like, my retweets? Then maybe he's justifying the retweet. Is he even justifying the retweet? I think he's saying it's an understandable mistake more than justifying it, right? I don't know how you could possibly argue that Augie justifies Willymac being doxed in this stream. That's wild.
Throughout this entire segment.
Literally days after he threw a hissy fit. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, what the f are we talking about here? I mean, what argument are we making here? This is...
Huh. I messaged Augie and pointed out that this was uncensored. I just don't, as long as it's not like my information, I just don't kind of, it's just like, I think I said, hey man, you should go to like that docs, because that's a way less fat picture. You should actually pull that shit up on stream. I think I said, this is a way less fat guy that they doxed there. Pull that one up. Pull that up on your stream right now.
It's just crazy. It makes no sense.
I know why he's confused. It's because he never plays the original clip that made me mad in the first place. He just summarizes as they criticize Destiny, and that's why Willy's mad.
Too bothered by this.
The basic point here, the whole time, that Augie's gonna keep doing, and everyone else is gonna keep doing, is why could you possibly... So, Destiny's saying, oh, anything done against Bad Empanada is bad. He's not defending you. Or anyone that supports him is justifiable IMO, right? We're criticizing this sentiment coming from Destiny because that means anybody who supports Destiny deserves all of these same things. Right? So obviously, that's the criticism. That is a criticism of doxing in abstract, okay? So when we're all looking at this tweet, we're going, hey, fuck you, Destiny. You don't like doxing. How are you going to cut Destiny out of that equation, right? Everybody reacted to this. Every single thing, including the clip, including the Dickers retweet, including my retweet, or the Dickers quote tweet, including my retweet of Dickers. All of it is downstream of the Destiny quote tweet. Destiny amplified this to everybody. How are you not angry at Destiny, but you're angry at us for calling out somebody who doxes people? Are you just angry that we did? Do you think that it only applies to Destiny doxing people? You think it doesn't apply equally to Bad Empanada? That's not how we operate, man. How is that confusing?
But instead, he was bothered by some stuff that Kuihman and JSTLK were saying. And basically what they were saying was, it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at, you know, Willymac for getting doxxed when he has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the context and then acts like the reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite. Nothing about my...
Wait, did Augie not... Hold on. Do we have to go back and watch this Augie thing? Because I feel like Augie... What? I feel like Augie... There's no way. Why would you show the original clip if it has his docs in it? That would be one thing to ask. Yeah, that if he didn't have it censored, right? But apparently Willymac is also saying something along the lines of like... What is he also saying? He's like also saying here at different points that like my dox is already viral, so like it doesn't matter if it's spread. Like he has to have a cope so that I don't know why you have this cope that like, oh well, the dox is out there, so now doxing is not bad. People amplifying my dox is not bad. Well, as long as it's Destiny and he's amplifying it to defend me. Okay. I'm gonna go back. You know what? I might be chopping this up too much. Let me go back and just... There's so many retarded statements. It's so dense, okay? It is denser than Willy's fucking skull. It's so difficult to make it through this. I'm gonna go back and see if maybe I'm just not understanding his argument.
But on this same stream, Augie shows the uncensored link of JSTLK's docs. He also replied under JSTLK's docs on Twitter. So what are we talking about? Are we gonna call...
Oh, also replied under JSTLK's docs on Twitter to criticize, right? The whole point, the hypocrisy Augie's calling out here is you're mad that somebody is criticizing doxing under your docs, right? But you have also done this repeatedly. So you are a hypocrite. You don't really believe this. You've gone and replied to JSTLK's docs multiple times. That's the point Augie's making. You don't believe this is a bad thing. By your own actions, you do not believe this. That's the argument. Okay, let's once again just crystallize that in our heads. We won't pay attention to the fact that this is Augie replying to Willymac doing this exact behavior.
Call Augie a doxer? No, because they don't actually care about this. He's just being performative to justify what's happening to me.
He's saying that it's really cringe, it's really embarrassing for you to have a whole spurg out where you reply to multiple people on Twitter. There are massive tweet threads about this. You reply to multiple people in your subreddit. There's massive threads about that where you eventually delete all your posts because you look like a retard, right? He's criticizing you for having a total fucking spurg out about this and then doing it the next like 3 days later, 4 days later, 5 days later maybe. Yes, you look like a total fucking idiot.
Augie acts confused throughout this entire segment.
Literally days after he threw a hissy fit. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, what the f are we talking about here? I mean, what argument are we making here? This is just crazy. It makes no sense.
I know why he's confused. It's because he never plays the original clip that made me mad in the first place. He just summarizes as they criticize Destiny, and that's why Willy's mad.
Too bothered by this, but instead he was bothered by some stuff that Kuihman and JSTLK were saying. And basically what they were saying was it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at, you know, Willymac for getting doxxed when he has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the context and then acts like the reason I'm mad is because they
The context that includes Willy's docs, by the way.
called Destiny a hypocrite. Nothing about my wedding or my bride. How is that possible unless you're being bad faith? I'm not even sure if Augie knows what a dog whistle is. He's like, unless Kuihman pulls up Willy's docs and then says, I love doxing Willy, it's all fine.
It's not even really a point against
Kuihman doesn't like doxing. Kuihman has consistently laid out the exact same position.
Willymac. It was mainly a point against Destiny. I don't think at any point Kuihman was like, yeah, and he got doxed, and I love that. You know? I don't think he ever said that, right?
Bro, if you're this stupid, make life better for everybody and just quit. Destiny is recently...
Wait, were you a part of the original clip? No, I wasn't. So Kuihman, it's a Kuihman clip, right? Where he's talking about like what this means, okay? We've got the Destiny tweet, the quote tweet, which says, any action against Bad Empanada or anybody who supports him is totally justified. And Kuihman points out that obviously that Destiny is signing up his own viewers and supporters in terms of content creation to be doxxed or whatever the fuck, right? Any action against them is bad. Literally, I guess you could say he's calling for violence against anybody who would support somebody who doxes people, right? So he is actually calling for violence against his own fans, assuming that you have any... assuming that he's not just totally spike-driven, that he hates Bad Empanada specifically, right? He's saying anything done against this guy. So Kuihman is saying, well, if you want to say that this is the impetus for making the tweet is Willy being doxxed, and that this is what has changed his position or formed this position, then here's the argument Destiny is making, which is clearly unhinged and stupid.
Doxed JSTLK and Kuihman. His motivation behind this is that everyone they associate with him ends up getting doxed and harassed, so he's doing it back to them. The victims I know are Destiny's girlfriend,
Destiny's girlfriend, originally doxed before Kuihman and I were out against him, I believe, as far as I know. I'm like 80% sure or 90% sure on that one. Destiny, by the way, pulled up her docs on his stream, her full name docs on his stream. Okay?
Saltman and his family.
Dan, I don't know what happened with Dan. I can't remember the dates on the Dan stuff for sure. I actually don't know, so I'm not going to make any claims on the Dan stuff. Obviously, we disavow all of
Me
this,
and my
right?
wife, Hutch and
So, Willymac and his wife, that was after as well.
his family.
Hutch and his family come before as well. Originally doxed in April. Okay? Originally doxed in April. And I'll remind you that Destiny himself has asked for and and posted the docs for Jacob, okay? Somebody in our chat, in our community, just because those people were shit talking him, right? So would Destiny say he's doxed them? I thought Destiny said reposting dox or pointing people towards dox on Kiwi Farms is not in fact doxing. I thought that was his whole point. That's how he denies doxing Anna, right? That's how he denies doxing Anna. So all of these people, a bunch of these people, actually had this stuff all happening to them before Kuihman and I were ever like identifying targets or something. This retarded concept that Kuihman and I are identifying targets. I don't know if Hutch even knows that. Did Destiny notify Hutch when Hutch was doxed in his Kiwi Farms thread? Destiny watches this thread. Did he notify Hutch? I know he didn't notify him the second time. Actually, I know he didn't notify him at all, because if he had, he would have said to that DGGer who asked him if he's going to notify Hutch this time, no, I've already told him about it. But Destiny doesn't care about any of these people. Any concern he shows is entirely performative and weaponized against somebody else. He does not feel concern for other human beings.
Augie pulls up Destiny's employees saying she was swatted.
I was also swatted. Now, why would she be saying that she was also swatted in a reply to this clip?
Oh, that's a great question. When did that happen to Erudite? Now, here's the thing. I think it's possible that this happened to Erudite, let's say... It's possible that this happened to Erudite after, maybe she moved after January 20th. Maybe she moved and she went to a new address, and that new address was doxed and swatted. But if that's not the case, there's no reason to attribute that to Kuihman or me, right? At all. Give me a second. I'm pulling this out. Bridges, this guy.
Creators.
So let's see here. Let me pull the transcript for this. This is from January 2nd, 2025, before Kuihman and I were talking about any of this stuff. Super openly, at least.
About, like, the level of hate that, like, I get as, like, a nobody. They're always like, that's, like, unhinged. Like, I actually had to call the police recently. They said that I had already had 3 calls about my home address, which is crazy, right? And they're like, don't worry, they were not very believable, blah, 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 blah. But it's very, it feels like, I don't know if it's a politics specific thing, but when I talk to content creators who do like science creation.
So, sorry. That's multiple times by January 2nd. She tells me, I believe on January 23rd, I'd have to look up the date for sure, that she was swatted as well. Right? I believe it's January 23rd. I'd have to go find it here really quickly. Let me see if I can find it. This is actually probably important to go find. But I believe that this is just leaning into... God, I can find it at some other point. She tells me in logs directly that she was swatted, like, before this had really kicked off or any of this stuff was being talked about. So it's possible she moved and was redoxed and re-swatted, but I would ask, if you're going to imply that Kuihman or I have something to do with you getting swatted, shouldn't it be something that took place after January 20th? Shouldn't it be something that took place after the quote-unquote unhinged coverage started? Why would you assert that we're pointing people towards you, we're labeling you guys as targets, when we're not even against you? I was defending you on January 20th. I literally went out of my way to tweet to defend Erudite and what she had done on January 20th, January 23rd, somewhere in that first week, right? So I wonder why she's then leaning into the idea that Kuihman and I helped dox or swat her. Right? I would be very curious about this.
Is she saying that JSTLK and Kuihman had some part in her getting swatted? Or that their communities had some part in this?
Yes, obviously, but it's all just a coincidence to Augie. Augie pulls up another example of a Destiny viewer saying they're getting threatening letters sent to their house, and Destiny's like, I don't believe them, but even if that happened, it's still not that community's fault.
A couple months ago, because I'm a fan of Destiny in the JSTLK server, someone in his community sent a letter to my home. I've moved since then. Thanks for telling us, by the way. To my house saying I defend Destiny because I want to rape my wife and my patients.
Well, he's just gonna throw up the Odashara clip, I guess. Cool. Guys, we're totally believing the unhinged, like, schizophrenic who has no evidence for any of this, just made this up while people were calling him a fat retard in my server, right? So he just made it up. Because I believe he was out there, you know, trying to push out the, what was it, the implied consent arguments or something. And it happened to be like, well, you guys shouldn't say that, like, I defend, you know, you guys shouldn't say that, like, I defend e-rapists or something, because then people will harass me in real life. That was his position. And it's like, okay, so he said that, and then I believe within days or weeks, then he's like, I got a letter in real life. Yeah, okay, can I see the letter? No, I threw it out immediately. The thing that I said was gonna happen happened, and I have no proof of it, but it happened. Okay. That seems really weird. Apparently somebody has your address and is trying to threaten you. You're just gonna take no action on that? You're just gonna do nothing about that. Okay. He said later that he was 98% sure it was not somebody from my server. Huh. Interesting.
I'm gonna put an X to doubt on that one. And even if it did happen, right? Who's responsible for that?
What about the guy dog whistling that I'm a valid target and getting a dono saying they understand his orders?
Wait. Does Willymac not understand cause and effect? One, he's not saying you're a valid target. He's saying Destiny is making you a valid target. And two, you're already doxed, retard! How did he make you a target before you were ever... How did he make you a target after you were targeted? How? Dude, what are we doing? Apparently, Kuihman made him a target before saying this, right? And now saying this, pointing to Destiny's justifications, Destiny's arguments, and saying that's insane. Apparently, that is proof that Kuihman believes in Destiny's arguments. Cool.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think creators are responsible for every...
It's like, that right there, that is the most malicious clipping I've ever seen, and anybody in the commentary community who doesn't call Willy a lying fucking retard for this is compromised. They should be totally cast out. You are lying. He is just openly lying here. He is just taking something that is explicitly being used for the opposite purpose and lying about Kuihman right now. By the way, I'll also point out that when this clip was there, did Willy go to Twitter and say, Kuihman's amplifying my docs? Did he do that? You go, hey, Kuihman's posting my doc. Kuihman's putting my docs out there. No, he came after me for some reason. Why? He came after me for a retweet. I don't even understand. Like, to me, that's something I don't comprehend. I literally don't get why he didn't come after Kuihman in the first place. I think I said that at some point. Like, technically, he's got like a way better claim against Kuihman here. So maybe he'll do that. I don't know.
Is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think creators are responsible for every one of their unhinged viewers, but it is not normal for a community this small to have so much doxing coming out of it. I've made videos on
just any proof of the doxing coming out of it. Literally any proof? Are you just making another claim based on... Apparently, there's a direct correlation between how often you've copied Destiny in the past with uncritically and like your likelihood to do it in the future. I was gonna do a cum drinking joke there actually, but I'm trying to wean off of those. We don't want to do those anymore. We don't want to be like other disgusting freaks, okay? Like, he's just been licking Destiny's balls for this long that he will actually just replatform as anything Destiny says uncritically. It's fucking nuts.
Destiny.
And now he's gonna make a Keffels point. I don't understand what point you could possibly make about Keffels right now. I actually don't know.
And the people who support him.
I don't think creators are responsible for every one of their unhinged viewers, but it is not normal for a community this small to have so much doxing coming out of it.
So again, that's because people are lying. Most of the doxes Willy references were actually put out before any of this happened. Blav, the guy who doxes most of the people on Kiwi Farms, the guy who Destiny is directly referenced on his stream, right? That guy was doxing people around Destiny way before Kuihman and I were a part of the picture in any major way, right? Way before I was literally on Destiny's side while Blav was doxing people. I told Erudite, unironically, hey, this Blav guy seems to be going after people. So no, Erudite, I don't want to come on anything else. I don't want to put myself on Destiny's team. I don't want to face dox myself next to Destiny right now. Seems like this guy's kind of got a vendetta and I don't want to be a part of that right now. I have DMs of me saying this to Erudite. Hey, this seems like Kiwi Farm's kind of going unhinged on you guys right now. I don't really want to be a part of that. No, thank you. I don't want to come on anything else. No, thanks. Good luck.
Made videos on communist Nazis.
And then she'll lean into that fucking thing. She'll lean in and go, I was also swatted because of these guys.
Misogynist, feminists, scammers, and traffickers. People with millions of followers, yet this tiny little community is where all this doxing takes place and it's just out of their hands. Dude, they're obviously feeding into it, but Augie knows nothing. He can't even recite me goofing on them accurately. JSTLK has criticized Destiny for creating a metaphorical rape machine, partially because
By the way, these rules, I think like all of LawTube is a doxing community, right? Like every LawTuber is followed religiously on Kiwi farms. They all criticize each other. They all do this. Like all of LawTube is just a huge doxing community. All of the, well, I think they probably would make this argument for like Kino Casino, but all of those guys would be doxing communities too. Because apparently if you're a creator who does like comedy content, making fun of people, criticizing people, apparently you're responsible for anything that happens to those people. That's the argument these guys are making.
Goofing on them accurately. JSTLK has criticized Destiny for creating a metaphorical rape machine, partially because he had sex with BPD girls. Then when these girls call him out for being abusive, everyone thinks they're just crazy. JSTLK then...
Well, also he sicks his community on them and harasses them. There's a whole pattern of behavior here.
had
But he's gonna
sex
make
with
a
the
cherry
same
point here.
BPD girl.
Everything Destiny's saying here is true. Actually, it's not
That's true.
Actually,
Sorry, Cherry and I did get together. Yes, that is true.
everything Destiny's saying here is complete bullshit.
But obviously, I've never thought this. I've never said this ever in my entire life. I've never said... I wouldn't even say if it was just him like hooking up with a couple BPD girls back like in a row. I don't even know that you'd criticize that, right? It's him talking about it being something he's into, and then him like repeatedly harassing these people and like totally transparently fucking with these people. Okay, anyway, so everything Destiny is saying here is true. It was just a total lie, and Willy just replatforms that uncritically.
Actually, it's not true. Actually, everything Destiny's saying here is complete bullshit. Destiny says, and to think that this was the same guy, JSTLK Juice
Oh,
who spent the
Augie's
last
gonna have a different rationale. Augie says it's just about sharing nudes and sharing videos. I don't think it's just about that. I think it's the pattern of behavior, right? There's a clip of, I know there is egregious Philbin. I know. Maybe Willy's gonna play the clip you deny existing? I've already watched this. He doesn't. He plays the infinite rape machine clip.
You're saying having sex with mentally ill people equals rape. Crazy, huh? No, you f***ing retard. That was never the argument that you have sex with mentally ill people, that means you're raping them by default. The argument is that you don't give a f*** about their consent because you share their images, videos of them doing all kinds of sexual stuff. You'll share that with anyone.
No, Augie, JSTLK actually specifically said it's not about sharing images.
I think that
It's not. It's about the pattern of behavior. I laid this out multiple times, right? And Augie lays it out as well. Ryan Beard lays it out. Why does Willy understand Ryan Beard's video? Why does he understand that somebody's describing this pattern of behavior repeating over time? And that is the criticism, right? It's not one of these... In a vacuum, people could defend these situations, right? In a vacuum, if you don't know anything, you could defend individual situations when they keep happening over and over and over and over again. Then it becomes something else.
the main talking point is that Destiny distributes people's nudes, and like it's like a weird sex.
I think that's not the main talking point. I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine. Okay, how does the infinite rape machine work? It's a massive talking point, which you'd know if you watch the Sunday video. It's not just about nudes. So the infinite rape machine is a hypothetical about why Destiny can keep doing these things, why he can wrong all of these different people and keep getting away with it, never be held responsible, right? That is what the infinite rape machine is. And it literally is about, Destiny created this orbit of people who will defend him because they're financially incentivized to defend him, right? That is a huge part of why Destiny keeps getting away with this really shady conduct. Because people will defend him basically no matter what. That's like a huge part of the Sunday hypothetical. That's what the infinite rape machine is about. It's about a system that let this happen for so long. So hold on, I'll let it go back. A system that let this happen for so long. So how could you create a system that let this happen for so long, but having sex with any mentally ill girl is rape? Apparently, how could you connect these criticisms? I think that's not the main talking point. I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine. Okay, how does the infinite rape machine work? It's a massive talking point, which you'd know if you watch the Sunday video. It's not just about nudes, bro. It's about a system that let this happen for so long.
And what does Sunday say? Part of the machine is Destiny targeting mentally ill women.
Yeah, part of the machine is that. A persistent targeting of mentally ill women over time, dude!
Victims are also selected, either for mental illness, allowing them to be easily construed as hysterical or deceptive when they complain about their treatment.
So when it leaks,
Wait, he gave an either. Where's the or? Hold on. Now we have to go find, what did he cut there? Because all of his cuts so far have been insanely disingenuous. He is a lying freak. So let's go see what else he cut. Must have cut something else there, right? Let me take a look. What else did he cut here? Is the Destiny video still up here? Wait, did Sunday take the Destiny video down? Let me look. 6 months ago. Oh, no. It's got to be here somewhere. What? I don't see the Destiny video here. Did he put it on President Sunday too? Maybe he put it on President Sunday too. Give me a second. Somebody got a link to the Destiny video? Where's Sunday's Destiny video? I don't see it here. Maybe I'm just blind. I'm looking it up on another tab, so you guys aren't seeing it. I don't see it up here. Oh, here it is.
Public knowledge. And most...
Oh, let's just see what he cut. Oh, either for mental illness.
Intimate and potentially life-ruining abuse, handpicked into by engaging, it will create more. I urge everyone to pay them accountable for what is clearly.
Let's just take it. Let's just check the whole thing out. Hold on. Let me go. I'm gonna hit play from here. Let's listen to what Sunday says.
Reckless abandon, even occasionally threatening their release if the people in them do something to displease him. And when finally, the obvious result of recklessly sharing these intimate images with strangers occurs and they are publicly exposed for all to see to the detriment of these people's reputations, mental health, and safety, he is able to buy off his victims and use their purchased silence as moral ammunition to shut down anyone who would try to hold him accountable for what is clearly grossly unethical conduct. Destiny, and the web he has created around himself, is creating victims, and if it is allowed to continue, it will create more. I urge everyone to pay attention and to warn people about the danger they are putting themselves into by engaging with Destiny and his community. These are people who have been handpicked for their willingness to not just remain passive in the wake of intimate and potentially life-ruining abuse, but to also become accomplices in silencing the victims. And the victims are also selected, either for mental illness, allowing them to be easily construed as hysterical or deceptive when they complain about their treatment, or for financial vulnerability, allowing them to be easily paid off by Destiny for their silence. Thanks to certain individuals.
Okay, so like there's a whole thing. He describes a whole system. And Willy's going, yeah, but like one part of this machine is apparently mental illness. And so that means you think it's rape. One, I didn't name the infinite rape machine. That's literally Sunday's thing. That's literally his thing. But anyway, apparently me referencing this, and the other thing is Willy knows that the clip is not what he thinks it is. Apparently me referencing this is saying any relationship with a mentally ill person is rape. Fucking wild.
That JSTLK is having a secret relationship with the same BPD girl and she crashes out on him multiple times. It's funny. I'm giving him shit. I'm allowed to
I think basically Sherry has had complaints about me that she posted. I think you can just believe her, okay? When she posts those complaints, like just believe her. Yeah, she's valid. Cherry doesn't lie, right? Cherry doesn't lie. People think Cherry lies. She doesn't lie. She doesn't lie. She might say things that make people upset. She doesn't lie.
Talk shit back to these people. I talked to Augie about the same exact thing a month ago and told him if he wanted to find it, he could just watch the ending to my second Destiny video. But he didn't watch it. He'd rather make stuff up. Bro, you're sitting at a computer right now. Feel free to use it. Augie ends this.
Wait, what? Hold on. What is the point of that?
Shit. I'm allowed to talk shit back to these people.
Yeah, nobody has a problem with you talking shit, Willymac. Nobody has any issue with you talking shit,
to Augie about the same exact thing a month ago and told him if he wanted to find it, he could just watch the ending to my second Destiny video. But he didn't watch it. He'd rather make stuff up. Bro, you're sitting at a computer right now. Feel free to use it. Augie ends this hour-long segment on me, summarizing that the only reason I'd be mad is because I'm stupid or because Destiny controls me, feeding into the narrative that got me doxed in the first place.
It's hard to, like, logically understand why he's posting this shit. I mean, the two options is literally just he's like brain dead retarded right now, or he's controlled opposition.
Really? That's all you could think of? Well, let me give you a third option. Our wedding is having to prepare for fake bomb threats, and my bride is worried about us and our family getting...
Okay, but that, you could just say, hey guys, I got emotional, my bad, right? That's literally all you gotta do. You just have to say, hey, I'm emotional, my bad. Literally everybody would go, oh yeah, it's understandable. That's what I said. By the way, I came out and defended this retard in my audience. I'm like, yeah, I think he's just like kind of having a moment because like I'm pissed, but like he's just having a moment because obviously this is like an incredibly important day and they're gonna have to deal with this, right? I defended this fucking retard.
Getting shot. Augie never once brings this up as a possibility for why I'm frustrated. It doesn't cross his mind. Seriously, if that
But that has nothing to do with us. You're making allegations that are outside of you just being in your feelings, dude. You're making actual allegations. You're saying, I am trying to dox you. If you just said, oh, my bad, I accused this guy of trying to dox me, and that was kind of silly, I was emotional, I would literally reply to that and go, understandable, it's incredibly fucked up that your wedding day got fucked with. I would.
That's the extent of your analysis, you need to quit. In my last conversation with Augie, he told me a story about how he quit drama for a year because a guy named Salvo was doxing and harassing him and his family. So where is that same sympathy when it's happening to me and my wife? He shares the same empathy meter with Ian.
You know, my empathy.
What? The clips he put of, yeah, they're not. No, the clips he used of everybody here are super disingenuous, Portobello. I'm just not quite as familiar with the Augie segment. I watched it, but I'm not quite as familiar with like the overall, I don't know, I guess, I swear I watched it, but I watched it like right before I went to sleep, unfortunately. It was a good segment. It's a funny segment. I might have rewatched part of it on stream too. I think I definitely watched clips from it. Yeah, I think Willy is like, do you think this might be what's happening here? Here's what I hypothesize is happening. I think Willy's in a Discord or a Discord group chat, okay? And people are clipping things to make other people look as bad as possible, and he is not looking into those things in full. When he gets that Augie segment, he doesn't see the whole Augie segment. He sees the clip that somebody shares with him, and he puts that in his video without checking anything else. That is the only, by the way, which is totally unforgivable. It's totally like, it's a totally fucked practice for any YouTuber, right? But that's the only thing that explains any of this right now.
Empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up.
The most reassuring news I got was when my wedding planner told me that she talked to the venue and they told her that the riffraff doesn't bother them because they've done celebrity weddings and that they're in a Jewish neighborhood, so they're used to getting calls like this. In one sense, very reassuring because it means our venue wasn't spooked, and in another sense, very depressing because it means people are just calling and harassing this place because they're in a Jewish neighborhood. I don't know what should happen when it comes to
Yeah, that sucks.
Destiny or a snark community doxing each other.
Nobody around me has ever doxed somebody who's like close to Destiny. I'm being maliciously attributed with that for only out of spite. There is no factual basis to that whatsoever, and Willy's only factual basis for this, his entire factual basis for every video he makes now, is just, did Destiny say it? If yes, then true. That is like what Willy does. If Destiny said it, it's true, and you have to disprove it now. Oh, he's claiming something with no evidence? Well, I'm sure if you have evidence that you didn't do this, that seems like really important that you have evidence that you didn't do this. You got to prove a negative to me right now. Okay, cool.
And others. But what I do know is Bad Empanada needs to be banned. He nonstop slanders people, doxes people, and harasses them.
Oh, now we have a problem with slander. Apparently, slander's bad now. All right. Hey, Willy, did you think this was true when you said it? Yeah. Why?
Recently swatted Kraut by falsely reporting him to the Austrian police for hacking his alt Twitter accounts. I don't think they were ever hacked at all.
Basically, he accuses me of hacking. Bad Empanada accuses me of hacking. Specifically, he accuses me of hacking 15 of his band.
I don't know what the actual factual matter is here. I don't know. Maybe Bad Empanada might have done this.
Kraut hacking him comes from a tweet where Kraut says he's archiving his accounts. That's literally it.
This here is the central claim. He claims I got illegal access to 15 of his 22 temporarily banned X accounts. Well, what did I tweet? I tweet, yeah, we managed to get archive files containing everything Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Well, how did we get this? We went to Wayback Machine and typed in his accounts.
So f***ing obviously is not you hacking him. He's saying that tweet is evidence that he was hacked.
Yes.
Bad Empanada
Wasn't a swatting, by the way, just filed a police report. Okay, yeah, a swatting is maliciously reporting like a threat that needs to be diffused via violence, right? Like somebody has a gun on people, there's a bomb somewhere. It's not, I don't even think bombs. It's like explicitly there's a hostage situation, right? Like you want them to enter a place with their guns drawn. That is the purpose of swatting. Saying, hey, this guy like illegally doxed me, that is reporting what you believe to be a crime. You're like a retard, right? If he called and was like, I think this guy hacked me, then he's just dumb. He's not trying to get you like swatted.
actually just uploaded video on why he thinks his police report was justified, and in it he just reads his complaint.
So this is probably the most serious thing that he did, in that he publicly...
Yeah, if he filed a police report, that's not swatting. If the swatting is, hold on, let's just go to Urban Dictionary. Let's see what this is. Swatting, a goal achieved by hacking where the hacker tricks 911 systems into deploying SWAT to an that's fucking stupid. No. Swatting is an internet prank / crime where someone finds your address either through your IP or because of your name and location are known. Then they call 911 anonymously and report a fake emergency. Example, someone can call and say that someone at that address is being held at gunpoint or someone is going to commit suicide and a SWAT team would be dispatched to that address. It is implying a SWAT team needs to be dispatched. If you're not reporting something that a SWAT team would be dispatched for, you're not swatting somebody. Like, how is that confusing? Apparently for Willy, that is a very confusing concept. That is a concept he can barely grapple with. Wow. By the way, Bad Empanada sucks. I would just prefer people don't accuse him of fake things so that he can't continue to suck because nobody believes you.
Implied that he had hacked my social media accounts and obtained private information about me that is otherwise inaccessible from doing so, and that he was going to go through it and share it.
Hey, no neck, he's talking about the public tweets you posted. Oh yeah, this tweet where Crouch says he's going to screenshot the unhinged stuff I say, yeah, that's evidence he's going to hack me. Please believe me, audience. Like, how stupid are his viewers?
An archive file containing everything.
By the way, I'll just point out, more evidence than Willy provided for Kuihman, somebody in Kuihman's community hacking him or doxing him, okay? More evidence than that. He is calling Bad Empanada a retard, but Bad Empanada has presented more evidence for himself being hacked, that this guy had access to his suspended accounts or the tweets on there, right? There's like some predicate there other than this guy said so. Well, this guy said so, actually.
Thing Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Now, you can't really get an archive file of someone else's Twitter. The only way you can get the Twitter archive file is by having access to the account. So that's very suspicious, isn't it?
Or you could just go to your public Twitter page and screenshot all your tweets. He's so desperate to sound like a victim here when he's the one who falsely...
Pot, meat kettle. Pot, meat kettle. Pot, meat kettle. Just with regards to the Twitter stuff and people making fun of him, obviously he is the victim in the doxing situation.
Slotted crowd.
He didn't want me to think that he had engaged in potentially criminal activity. Why did he make public posts implying that he was engaging in that activity? Public posts that clearly the Vienna police who investigated the case thought were suspicious enough to warrant an investigation and an interview.
What Bad Empanada is not telling you is that the police dismissed his complaint as having zero merit. He's essentially reading his own complaint and then acting like that somehow makes it more legit. It doesn't.
Yeah, it sounds like that complaint would not have
This is only
merit.
a small portion of how stupid this police report is. In short, the police closed the investigation because it was a massive waste of time. But this still allowed Bad Empanada to get all of Kraut's personal information. When the police closed the investigation, Bad Empanada wrote an email threatening Kraut to stay silent on it.
Prefer to not have to talk about this publicly, as you will note that I've refrained from doing up until I have refrained from doing so up until this point, because I legitimately never did any of the things you claimed I did to you, and have no wish to embarrass you or divulge any personal info by releasing any of the files I received from the prosecutor's office in this case. I have no issue with you as a person. I just think your videos suck. I will not apologize for taking basic measures to protect myself, like filing a police report when you publicly made such statements. I mean, there's a way you could if you had a lot of charity for Bad Empanada, there's a way you could read. I don't particularly. You could read this like as an honest thing. I think it probably is more like I'll just release all of this if you talk about it. I can see both readings. I can see the I'll just release this if you talk about it one way more.
Hi, Joseph. I did not thwart you. You gave me legitimate reason to believe that you were hacking my accounts in an attempt to divulge my private information and posted very public threats against me. I'm relieved to hear that you apparently denied that you were really engaging in this behavior. I will not apologize for taking basic measures to protect myself, like filing a police report. When you publicly made such statements, I would prefer to not have to talk about this publicly, as you will note that I have refrained from doing up until this point, because I legitimately never did any of the things you claimed I did to you and have no wish to embarrass or divulge any personal info by releasing any of the files I received from the public prosecutor's office on this case.
Or in other words, stay silent or I'm gonna post all of your personal information I got from the police. Crowd has vented a bit about this, so Bad Empanada has already started lying about the facts. Crowd is currently going around claiming that I swatted him. In reality, I reported him to the Vienna police because he was openly posting on Twitter about he was stalking/doxing me for months. The prosecutor thought the evidence I provided was suspicious enough to warrant an investigation, especially one about him illegally accessing my data. Crowd told me that the Austrian police are obligated to investigate every report, and the investigation came back saying Bad Empanada had little more than circumstantial evidence, that his accusations of violent threats can both in objective and subjective manner not be proven due to there not being any violent threats, that the accusation of libel or slander is not detectable. This video is so embarrassing by him. He is non-stop lying. And from what I've seen, Bad Empanada has no evidence. He's just wasting everybody's time to get a dox. Seriously.
Dude, there's just, after the previous segment, there's just no fucking way. Like, this is an elaborate troll. Have we gone back to Willymac actually like a regular IQ elaborate troll? Like, just elaborately trolling, like all of his videos are just totally disingenuous. He's just elaborately trolling right now. There's no way he can complain about the lack of evidence that Bad Empanada has and then just re-platform Destiny's accusations with no proof whatsoever.
How is this guy not banned from everything? There is some good news though. Bad Empanada is apparently on the run. I thought it was just a meme when he posted, "Today's stream is delayed as I am fleeing to a different country." But it turns out this might be real, as Ethan is monologuing his next move to track him down. Bad Empanada is on the run. He knows we're closing in. We suspected he had fled back to Australia, but upon further research and verification, he's actually fled to Uruguay. This information is probably shocking for him to hear, as he went to great lengths to obscure his escape from Argentina to Uruguay. Bad Empanada, if you ever decide to return to Australia, will be immediately notified and a torrent of lawsuits will follow. You are easy to get in Australia, which is why you're doing everything to avoid returning. Why am I telling you this? So he looks over his shoulder every day.
This guy thinks he's so cool. If you actually wanted to get this guy, you would just not say anything, right? You just want to look cool. You just want people to go, "Oh, you're so awesome, Ethan. Ethan, you're so awesome. Oh my god, look at your thoughts. It's so cool." We don't care. It's like weird and gay. But just try to go after him. Just try to, like, don't tell him, "Oh, if you go here, I'll get you." Just get him.
We are coming and we will win. You can run from us, but we will catch you and we will ruin you.
How is that better than what Bad Empanada does? It's not, but they're going to argue that you can do that because... They're going to argue you can do that because he doxes people, right? I'm not going to defend... Bad Empanada knows the world he put himself in. I don't have to defend him. He knows how to defend himself.
Have a nice day.
Bad Empanada chimed in. Does it feel good to be hated literally everywhere you go? I mean, first of all, Bad Empanada, you're outcast from society. Like, we live in Los Angeles, California. You are on the run.
I mean, you know you're a piece of shit when even his son pulls up Bad Empanada's video of him doxing me, and even he's surprised about what's happening.
Just like how I can tell you that Willymac show is William McConville, and he is getting married to a Yale. Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to, but I can tell you she is his...
Dude. This is, by the way... I feel like I'm totally justified. I was like, I'm not going to watch a Bad Empanada video because I never know when he's going to, like, frame skip into some dox shit. Like, I will never watch one of his videos because out of nowhere, there'll be some fucking dox shit in there. No thank you. Not going to click on it on stream. Not going to watch that shit on stream. I don't want to do it.
Israeli, and she was assigned to him by...
That's not even her. It doesn't matter. Bad Empanada is still attempting to do something. Even if that weren't the right name, that would be totally fucked. The kid picture is not being her is just embarrassing for Bad Empanada, right? But it's still the intent. The intent is there.
Just Gib, to be honest.
The intent is fucked.
This is drama slob empanada content. Yeah, I don't really fucking give a shit about this.
Like, I appreciate that he stopped watching immediately, but why are we acting like it's just slop? I'd argue it's a bit more ill-intended than slop content. Hassan is the guy who thinks the subreddit LSF posting his stream clips quantifies as stalking and harassment.
If I was a smart person, I wouldn't be getting ritualistically humiliated by socially maladjusted freaks that are agoraphobic on a daily basis in a mass harassment campaign on.
Hey, I'm not agoraphobic.
Online, but I do that for a living.
But Bad Empanada posting my personal info, it's just drama slop. Then he watches them again a few days later.
Bad Empanada is a good example of this, where I think he's like a crazy person. He is chaotic good, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Please explain.
Like, think about how little little time I spend like shitting on Bad Empanada or whatever. Because like, I think he's coming from. Like, we have different methods, we have different tactics, we have different techniques.
His tactics are doxing, false police reports, false CPS reports, slandering people constantly.
But overall, we're working on the same side.
Hassan is literally saying he supports what Bad Empanada is doing. Like, Hassan clearly knows at this point who Bad Empanada really is. He literally had a one-on-one conversation with him where Bad Empanada said these people deserve to be harassed, meaning anyone who mildly disagrees with them.
Be mean.
Bad Empanada did not do CPS. He literally just does that to fuck with people. Okay? He just does it to fuck with people. He literally just leans into it, right? That's all it is. That's all it is.
Slandering people constantly.
But overall, we're working on the same side.
Hassan is literally saying he supports what Bad Empanada is doing. Like, Hassan...
I mean, he probably supports, like... I would say, in Hassan's heart of hearts, I think he probably supports people getting more escalatory in terms of fighting against pro-Israel propaganda. I don't think he thinks about how that applies. I don't think he thinks, but like, he's not saying it on stream. He's not openly saying I support doxing on stream. He's saying I support like the Palestinian movement. I support anti-Israel content. That's what he does. I know that sucks, okay? And Hassan should be more careful. I would expect Hassan to come out and go, oh, fuck, I put that on stream. That's my bad. I removed it. I got all my editors to remove it. My bad. Right? But unfortunately for Hassan, I kind of understand this at this point. I will always do it because I am like a polite Canadian optics cuck on some things, okay? Around certain topics. So I will always say, oh, I feel empathy for Willymac here. I'll always say, oh, I fucked this up. I should correct it, right? I'll always do that. But I understand that Hassan's gotten nothing out of that, right? When Hassan corrects things, when Hassan goes, guys, anybody suggesting Ethan doesn't take care of his kids is fucked in the head. Fuck you for saying that. Like, don't say that shit. Go outside. Get a life, okay? Hassan said that on his stream. But every time Hassan gets brought up, the CPS thing still gets webbed to him. It doesn't matter that he disavowed it. Every time I majorly disavowed the shit that happened to Willymac. I banned people. I deleted comments, right? And what was my reward for that? Being lied about maliciously in his video for 15 minutes. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll do it for myself because it's what's right to do. It's what is right. But it's fucking, it starts to get a little like annoying or a little blackpilling when you can have the right opinion, you can actually say what's true, and then everybody will still lie about you anyway. So I feel a little empathy for Hassan there, okay?
Clearly knows at this point who Bad Empanada really is. He literally had a one-on-one conversation with him where Bad Empanada said these people deserve to be harassed, meaning anyone who mildly disagrees with them.
Be mean to them. If they feel bad, if they feel harassed, honestly, great. I don't give a f***. F*** 'em. Each and every one of them. We need to be mean to these guys. We need to be assholes. They deserve it.
He knows the guy he's supporting is doing this and purposely promotes him anyway. A week passes and they're talking out about my docs and peddling lies about my wife to discredit valid criticism about them. They're just trying to assassinate my character.
You're just doing investigative journalism. They're saying Bad Empanada unearthed that. Is that true? I think Bad Empanada or somebody unearthed like the Willymac shows getting married to like an IDF lady or something.
Just openly lying. Yeah, it's really fucked up when somebody takes someone who's known to maliciously lie about people, maliciously dox people, and just replatforms their allegations with no proof behind it whatsoever. Doesn't it, Willy? It actually really fucking sucks when that happens to you. Doesn't it? I feel like we can all come together and agree, Willy, that when someone takes the allegations and the blatant lies of a known malicious liar and puts them in a big YouTube video or on a big stream, that kind of sucks when it's about you. I think we can all say that's bad. Right? Right?
Which makes sense. He was the guy who did the big expose on like you with the Al Ali bombing, hospital bombing, right?
Yeah. He's a brilliant political, probably one of the best minds
He
in
just
politics
cares about
right
the
now.
truth. So yeah, compromise.
Like, man, I just keep forgetting. You could justify anything as long as you're more pro-Palestine than the other guy. I want to end this video with a story. When I was at my most overwhelmed figuring out all the new logistics for the wedding, Ethan Klein actually hit me up and offered to organize security for it so everyone could have peace of mind and enjoy the day. He had no reason to do that. I don't know Ethan. I made videos.
I mean, he definitely wanted the shout out for it. But I don't think he would have asked for it. I don't think he would have brought it up. So yeah, I think that's like a W to say, hey, I see you're getting harassed. You're like nice to me. I'm gonna help you out. That's a nice thing.
On him in the past, but he reached out anyway and lent a hand when he had no reason to. What got me was a text he sent.
He totally had a reason to. He totally empathizes with you being harassed by Bad Empanada. He totally had a reason to, right?
Sent me saying,
like you have solidarity. I
got
get
you,
it,
bro. Don't worry, your wedding will be perfect. It was, so thank you. Subscribe to the channel and buy a wallet. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Crimson Glass.
All right. Yeah, just I don't really care about the Bad Empanada section all that much, to be honest. I think yeah, I feel like Hassan probably is cozying up a little bit too much, right? But I just see the funny thing is I try to be accurate. I don't just repost or replatform any of these things, right? I don't do that. I put myself firmly outside of this circle. Kuihman's put himself firmly outside of this circle. I get no respect and no care for that shit.
Like a double. JSTLK, the master of the drama.